there, YouTube. This is Lady Day Rosetta May. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am actually going to be trying out some makeup looks that are for Viva Las Vegas. This year will be my first year going to Viva Las Vegas, and I'm super, super excited. I've been telling everybody that I'm going, and I've just I probably spent too much already getting ready for Viva Las Vegas. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. So I already did my brows. I used the Dip Brow Pomade from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Ebony. Okay. And so what I usually do my eyebrows is really actually quite a little bit of a journey, but I like how they come out and I think they're very pretty. So I use this small stencil here from Elure Lashes, and I use this double-sided spoolie from e.l.f. So, I'm the type of person that my face is already primed and ready to go. And so, what I love to do first is my eyes. What I usually do to start my eyes is I use a concealer. This one right here is the one from Maybelline. Hopefully, you guys can see that. And it's in the color 30 Cafe. Okay. And so, what I like to do is I'll put some on my eye and a little bit under my eye, just a little bit. And then I start in and blending it in. So stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so pretty much my eye has been primed by using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the color number 30 in Cafe. It's probably, I think, yeah, color number 30 in Cafe. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending out the crease color that is in my eye. And so I'm going to try and close up as much as I can to the camera. I am using my Too Faced palette, if you guys can see that. And I always start off, I always start off with So Bougie. And then I go in and start to go and yeah, So Bougie, then it's Cocoa Truffle, and then I'm going to pretty much make my crease a little darker with the Halafo Adala color. And So Bougie, and I'm trying to go here, so I'm going in circular motions. Okay, circular motions. And the reason why I do this is because I really want everything to blend out all nice and pretty. And then I go in with Cocoa Truffle and deepen that crease. And if you guys can't see it, I will take some photos of that. So you see it's already like coming in. And so again, blending it with Cocoa Truffle. And then after Cocoa Truffle, it's going to be Holla for a Dollar. Okay, which is like this money green, like this dark money green color. Okay, so it pretty much deepens my crease color, if you guys can see that. And then what I like to do is I like to take like a and I mean when I say sharp tipped brush and go in with my Fit Me concealer and pretty much get that crease all nice and done. But since they have this really awesome doe foot applicator, I just go in with the concealer applicator and do this. So I'm just going to go in like so. And I have hooded eyes, so if you guys can see that. Then I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and blend that concealer out just a little, like so, so you guys can see that. And then I'm going to set it with my beautiful Besame powder, and that's in the shade, I want to say, um, French Vanilla. Okay, so you guys see that? There we are. And so now what's going to happen is I'm taking a Real Techniques brush and I'm going to go in with the shade, if you guys can see it, it's called Sassy. No, it's called Classy and Sassy. And then I'm going to put that on my lid. And I'm just going to pat it. I wish I had some Fix Plus, but I don't have any today. But best believe when I go to Viva Las Vegas, I will. Okay. So going in and just patting that shade in. So you guys can see that. And what I really want to do is I really want to go in for like a real vintage pinup look. And so you guys, if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you know like I'm always doing classic pinup. So then what I do is I'm going in with this Maybelline here. This one is the Master Precise ink. Okay, and so I love it because it has this wonderful loveliness right here. Because I love the tip of the felt tip. So I'm going to go in and I like to start my wing first, like so. All right. And then I'll let that part dry and then I go in and line my lid with the loveliness. And then after I line my lid, I connect my wing to it. So you guys can see, there's my wing. So I'm gonna go on and do my other eye, and then we'll be back. So my eyes are all done, you guys. And so I always finish off my eye look with this voluminous Feline Noir mascara by no, not Maybelline, but L'Oreal. And so I just put a little coat there. Okay. And I don't use a lot because I know I'm gonna put some more on when I put my lashes on, which take about a millennium to put on. And so I always do that off camera. So anyway, here we are, and this right here is the foundation that I use. It is absolutely one of my favorites. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Normal to Oily Skin Type Foundation, pretty much. And this is in the color 355 Coconut. And so this foundation is really great because it's not super expensive. It's pretty affordable. You can get it at any drugstore, Ulta, not Sephora, but you can get it at Ulta. You can get it at Target. And so I just use a little bit here. I use the back end of my beauty blender and pretty much apply. And I know you're like, oh my God, that's not her color. No, it is. It just always ends up um, oxidizing and then it goes a little darker. And so, but this is like a great foundation. You see how flawless my skin looks as I put on my foundation. And so, pretty much what I love about it, other than the price point, is that it lasts me a while. And I'm a pretty oily person. And I know you guys can see that I got Rudolph. Rudolph vibes right now, but I will always hit it with some powder. And so I go ahead and blend it out, and then I'll show you guys how I contour and highlight my face. Stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so pretty much my foundation is on, and pretty much everything's flawless. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using my concealer and another beauty blender. I always have two beauty blenders now because one will be for the lighter foundation and the other one will be for my skin color. I don't know what just fell, but okay. And so I'm going to highlight down the center of my nose, highlight under my eye. And I'm just gonna try and do this as quickly as I can to show you how I like to do this because I really like my foundation to try and be as natural as possible. Um, and so I try my hardest not to use a plethora of products on my skin, but I'm always end up being like super heavy handed, which is not really what I want, but it always comes out pretty. All right, so now I'm all tatted up. And so I take a beauty blender and blend out my foundation really, really good so I don't have those um, distinguishing marks. And I take my lighter one all the way out. And you see how cool that is because it blends in really good. And I take it all the way out, like so. And then, of course, go in and get that going. And I like to do it just like this. I mean, that like pretty much blended away almost immediately, which is really cool. And then I don't use a lot, okay? Then what I do to set what I do to set the concealer is that I use a Besame powder and I use that powder to pretty much set the concealed areas. And then I just kind of pretty much blend it in all the way with my concealer in the same motion that I pretty much use the concealer in. And I don't bake because I tend to get really dry when I do that. So I don't bake, I just go ahead and blend it right on in, like so. So you see how highlighted that looks? And it's really, really pretty once you really see it. And then, of course, down the bridge of my nose, right around here. And pretty much I do it the same way I do my highlighted portion. And you see how that just brightened up my skin like right away? So then after that, I take my other beauty blender that was used for the um, the highlight portions, and I go in with my Maybelline Fit Me. I don't know if you guys see that. It's kind of dirty, but it's the Maybelline Fit Me powder. It's a loose finishing powder in the color number 40, and it's in the color dark. And so what I do, I use this powder to contour my face. And so I don't like um, using cream as much anymore because the cream is good, but it's just to me more product, and I don't want a bunch of products on my face. And then I just go in, and you can see it already. But I just go in with that powder, go in with the powder, and contour my face. And pretty much I use it just like I would do a cream product and contour my face. My nose is pretty good. And then I just kind of go in and you can see the powder. You can see it like so. And then I just kind of go in like this in like kind of a U-shaped pattern and blend it in. So you see it's very faint and natural looking because I don't like a lot of product on my face. And I just kind of go in and contour with the powder and go like so. So you see it? And blend it all the way in. And not to the point where I have streaks all along my face, but you can see the difference between this side of my face and this side of my face. This side of my face has a faint contour. Pinup, remember, Pinup, they didn't have all the products and stuff that we do now. And so they pretty much had loose finishing powder, maybe some cream products. And if you were African American, forget it. So um, this is pretty much how I see it through my eyes. And so, and because due to the fact that I have super oily skin, I the powder don't hurt me. The powder doesn't hurt um, me doing all of this powdering and blending in with the powder products. So, and you see how like awesome that looks? That's a highlight, that's a contour, and you you don't it doesn't feel heavy or greasy or anything like that, which is great for me. So after I do that, I am going to be using a beautiful, beautiful blush from Maybelline, and I love it because also it's powdered. I do use cream ones every now and again, but I like covered up my mole, so I got to draw my mole back on. But this is the blush number 55, and so I'm going to be using a e.l.f. brush, just as a small tapered brush. And if you guys can see the color, like so, it's like a really pretty cranberry shade that I love, 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 love. And so use my little mirror that I love. This is like super handy. It's like a sample I got from Sephora. And so I just kind of dab it a little bit. And it's just in a circular motion. And it's not a lot once you get it in. Isn't that pretty, you guys? I love their blushes. They're super pretty and they're very natural. Okay. So again, that's what I do. Of course, I do like to use highlighter, and I will be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think it's called Sun Glow. I gotta check my little package, but go in and you know take care of myself with my blush here, right? Right. I love the pinup style because I always feel super glamorous, super just loving on myself. And so, yeah, it's called the Glow Kit, and it's the Sun Dipped Glow Kit. And so, I pretty much use the same uh, brush. I just kind of do that. And so I'm going to be using the color bronze on my skin. And so I'm going to go like that, just a little bit. I don't want no problems. Okay. And I'm just going to go like so. Woo. And close to my brow, like so. Just a little bit, you guys, because again, these looks, the pinup look was very fresh and glowy, and so, and it was very, but it was really powdery, so you don't want to use like super, uh, you know, too much. That, and now we're on to the fun part, which is the lips. So, I'm gonna be doing my lips. Oh man. And I'm going to be using my Besame Cosmetics lipstick in the color Red Hot Red. And I'm going to be using my MAC lip liner in the color, not, yeah, in the color Chestnut. Now, I know that sounds insane, but I love using brown for my red lips. I like using the color brown because to me, red on red, at least for me and my skin tone, is kind of harsh. And I always kind of want to be in the style of like Pearl Bailey. If you guys don't know who Pearl Bailey is, she's wonderful. Check her out, and maybe I'll put a video description down below. But she's a wonderful jazz singer, and she did wear red, but it was very natural. So I always model my makeup after them, the ladies that came before us, because without them, we're not here. So again, going in, this is the beautiful color. Look at this, you guys. Woo. So it's a really beautiful color, and so I'm using this to go on my lips. And um, this store is really great. It's in Burbank. If you guys are in the LA area and you pass by a little town called Burbank, there's a store called Besame Cosmetics. It's called Besame Cosmetics, and pretty much they sell reproduction makeup from pretty much uh, 30s, 40s, 50s, even the 1920s. And so they do really great reproduction. So check them out if you guys can. So now that my face is all wonderful and beautiful, I'm I think I did a great job. It looks really good. I think this would be a great look for Viva Las Vegas. So I think this would be it for me. And then I just go in and I actually go on and put my mole back on. Okay. And then I'll show you the finished look with hair and everything. So thank you guys and stay tuned. So here's the finished look, hair and everything. And so I think this is going to be my look for Viva. I am probably going to show you guys another idea that I have for some looks. I'm thinking about pink lips. I don't know. You tell me. So I hope you guys like it. This is the finished look. And this wonderful, wonderful, actually custom unit is from Nasia Hairstyling on Instagram. And I'll put a link for her as well down below, I believe, if I can find it. I didn't put lashes on, but if I did put lashes on, I'll probably be using some Ardell Wispies. Those are pretty much the best for the vintage style. So hopefully you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget to like and subscribe. All right. Have a good one. Bye.